Hi there. In this quick video, I'd like to show how you can use breakout rooms if you're running tutorials with Google Meet, say if Zoom is proving temperamental for you at the moment. What I've got set up here in my browser is a series of tabs that I've preloaded before my tutorial. And these are the tabs that I've got. The first one here is my main meeting room. And I've created this in Google Calendar. And I've shared this link with students before the tutorial so that they know where to come from at the start of the tutorial. I've then got 4 different versions of the same material as 4 Google Docs. And this is going to be for my 4 breakout groups to work on during the tutorial. And finally, I've got 4 additional Google, I've got 4 additional Google Meet rooms which are going to be my breakout rooms eventually. And I haven't given these links to students before the tutorial. So what I would do to put my students into different groups is when they're all in this room, this big plenary session, I will just copy and paste this text here, giving them access to the 4 documents and the 4 breakout rooms into the chat function of Google Meet. So they've all got a written version of this in Google Meet. They don't need to go on Moodle, they don't need to go on email or anywhere else to find this information. And then I will either have divided them up into different groups before the tutorial and let them know which group they're in, or I can do it there and then if I'm not quite sure who's going to turn up to the tutorial, say by saying everyone with a surname beginning with the letters A to E are in group 1 and etc. And then I direct them at a particular point in the tutorial to click on the appropriate breakout room for their group. So if my surname begins with the letter A to E, then I click on this URL to click on the appropriate document. And then each of these groups can talk to each other, can work on their document in one of these 4 breakout rooms here without having to be interrupted by anyone else. They can be in their own little cocoon, just like on Zoom. And then when I want to bring everyone back into the main room, I either set a time limit to begin with and say after 10 minutes I want everyone to come back, or it's relatively easy for me to drop into one of these rooms. I can just click join now and let the students know that I want them to come back, or even to interact with them for a few minutes in the room. The only thing that I need to remember when I do that is that when I want to leave their room, I should do it by refreshing the URL. So just selecting this text up here. If I hit enter, I leave the meeting, and it means that I'm not going to receive any audio from that meeting when I then drop into other meetings. Unless I do that, I'm going to get all 4 breakout groups coming through on my audio at once, and it's going to be confusing for me and the students. So just remember to leave each room by refreshing the URL. And if you do that, hopefully this system allows you to replicate the Zoom breakout room feature on Google Meet. I've tried it twice. It worked well both times. And I sincerely hope, fingers crossed, toes crossed, that if you try it as well, it'll work as well for you as it did for me. Okay, thanks and good luck.